News. This is Good Day Atlanta at 8 a.m.
A man is behind bars after a shootout at a Rockdale County restaurant ended in a standoff with police. We're live with the details.
Plus, a days-long search for an escaped inmate has come to an end. What we know about his capture, that was just moments ago.
Good Wednesday morning and welcome to Good Day Atlanta at 8 o'clock. I'm Ron Gant in for Buck Lanford.
And I'm Alex Whitler. It's so good to be here with you guys, as always. We appreciate your time. Okay, we want to talk about that forecast because it has been something serious. From yesterday's wet and cold weather to today's just dry and cold weather.
Very cold.
Colder.
Feels like December.
It does feel like December, and we're going to add the rain back into the mix here eventually. Not today, though. Today is the break, just not a break in the chilly temperatures. We've run several degrees cooler than yesterday at this very same time, which still has you in the 20s in Blue Ridge. We're still at freezing in Atlanta. Most numbers are still near freezing, and the warm-up is going to be kind of slow today. Clouds and sun mixing together. Maybe some areas a little cloudier here over the next few hours compared to the afternoon. Either way, though, the warm-up today doesn't even get us close to the average high of 59. Instead, 43 degrees at noon and near 50 to round out the day. But starting tomorrow, a few areas will get rain, and then there's a whole lot more rain coming before the week is over. We'll track that coming for you in just a few minutes. Natalie?
Here we are taking a look at a crash that we have in Cobb County on 75 southbound right at Wade Green Road. It's over in the left lane, and it might be slightly impacting your commute coming in from Alabama Road, adding to that red ride, also some yellow out there as well. Also checking in on the big three. Your heaviest is out of Alpharetta on 400 from Old Milton to the top end, about 35, and 19 minutes through Cobb on 75 from Wade Green to 285. Ron?
Thank you, Natalie. We begin with that. Breaking news, the three-day search for an escaped inmate, Timothy Shane, has ended.
He was captured not too long ago in Newton County, and that's where we find Good Day's Mark Teichner. He's been on top of this all morning. Mark.
Yeah, good morning, guys. That capture taking place here in the 9000 block of Morris Street in Newton County this morning. We've been told by law enforcement that Shane was taken in. A number of law enforcement descending on this area when he was sighted. The sheriff's telling us that he was actually knocking on doors, trying to get into homes. When that found out, people notified law enforcement, then the folks from Newton County Sheriff descended on this area, and not long after that escaped inmate was taken into custody. We actually talked with a woman who lives in this general area, and she says that her house was one of the ones where this man was knocking on the door at about 2:50 in the morning, and here's how that exchange went.
I went out in the woods hunting. Ended up getting lost for like 5 hours. Is there any way I can pay for something to drink? I just need to make a phone call. I got my money.
Yeah, she decided not to open the door, as you can imagine, instead calling 911. Not long after, she tells us that Newton County Sheriff swarmed her particular neighborhood looking for Shane. Just a reminder, he escaped from Grady Memorial Hospital Monday morning where he was in custody. He allegedly then stole not one but two different vehicles. One of those vehicles in downtown Atlanta had a gun, and as a result of that, law enforcement was describing him as armed and dangerous. He had been cited and seen at a Henry County Publix where he allegedly ditched one of those stolen vehicles and then took an Uber to an undisclosed home in Rockdale County. But we had been told that the trace for him and the case had kind of gone cold, and that was until the overnight hours when, again, he was apparently cited in this particular area of Newton County. Where he has been taken, we're not sure. We're going to assume it's the Rockdale County Sheriff Jail. We have been told by Rockdale officials that they will be holding a briefing later on today to lay out exactly how all of this played out. Of course, Fox 5 will be there, and we'll be here throughout the day trying to gather more on this breaking news. But that's the latest here in Newton County. I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta. Back to you guys in the studio.
Good on the people who said something when they saw something, right? Well, we have more breaking news for you now out of Conyers. A 22 22-year-old man has been arrested following a standoff with police and a shooting at a restaurant.
Yeah, the incident unfolded last night at Chiquito's Cantina and Grill in Conyers on Old Salem Road and then led to a home nearby. Good Day's Caitlin Pratt is live in Conyers with the latest on this. Caitlin.
Good morning to you both. Yes, this all unfolding in a busy Mexican restaurant, as you mentioned, 9 o'clock last night, and this ordeal carried over into the early hours of this morning. So let's recap for you. Police say around 9 o'clock, the 22-year-old suspect got into a fight with someone at the bar at the Chiquito's Grill there, the Cantina and Grill on Old Salem Road. And that's when two other individuals inside tried to usher him outside, and the bullets started flying. Take a listen.
Male pulled out and displayed a weapon, and at one point discharged the weapon inside of the location. Some bystanders, citizens that were inside of the location, returned fire, ultimately pushing the male suspect outside of the restaurant into the front of the parking lot. The suspect entered the front parking lot. He began to fire back into the restaurant and then fled the location on foot.
And he ran for about a mile until he got to Oak Forest Drive, went into a home there and barricaded himself. That's where SWAT officers and police tried to get him out, ultimately using flashbangs and other devices to distract and then get inside and put him in handcuffs, take him into custody, and bring him here to the jail in Rockdale County. The good news in all of this, even with all those bullets flying, nobody was injured, and we're working to learn the identity of that shooting suspect along with the charges he's going to be facing here at the jail. That's where we're live this morning. I'm Caitlin Pratt for Good Day Atlanta.
Okay, Caitlin, thank you. At 8:07 now, Gwinnett County Police are investigating after a woman and a man were found dead inside a home. Police made the grim discovery yesterday morning on Clearwater Place. It's right off of Lawrenceville Highway, and they went into that home to do a welfare check.
They forced entry into the home and located a male and a female deceased inside the home. It appears to be a domestic incident between the two individuals in the home.
No, it's kind of disturbing because, there's a lot of kids in his neighborhood that comes out and play. What happens if the bullet or whatever happened goes off flying, hits a kid? That's another scene right there. But it's crazy.
It's still not clear how the victims died, but police say they did find a gun in the home. Investigators say they both lived there. Their exact relationship isn't clear, and police aren't releasing names until they've notified family members.
DeKalb County Police have released new photos in hopes of identifying several people of interest in connection to the murder of a young woman. Back in October, officers say 21-year-old Kanaya Hightower was celebrating her birthday with friends. Investigators say during a car meetup outside a Moreland Avenue gas station, two groups of people started shooting. Police say Hightower was an innocent bystander who was caught in the crossfire. If you can identify any of the people of interest, call DeKalb County Police.
Put some in your car.
Images here. Henry County authorities say the man you see very quickly in this ring camera is wanted for breaking into cars. Police say he and others broke into several of them in subdivisions in the Kellytown area. This was just last month. Anyone with information on the suspect, who this might be, is encouraged to contact Henry County investigators.
For You Decide 2025, Metro voters have decided several major local races, selecting new leaders for city halls, school boards, and key council seats across Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, starting with several mayoral races with 100% of precincts reporting. In East Point, Keisha Chapman wins 64% of the vote over challenger Joshua Butler IV.
Chapman will take the reins from Deanna Ingram, who was reelected to a second term back in 2021.
The city of Roswell has a new mayor set to be sworn in after Mary Robichaud defeated the incumbent Kurt Wilson with 53% of the vote to his 47%.
In Sandy Springs, however, incumbent Mayor Rusty Paul holds on to his seat with 69%. His challenger, Dante Carter, got just 31%.
And finally, the city of South Fulton's newly elected mayor is District 2 City City Councilwoman Carmelita Gumbs. She earned 60% of yesterday's vote against challenger Mark Baker, who pulled in 40%.
Gumbs has said during her campaign that she aims to right the ship, so to speak, after current Mayor Khalid Kamo's controversial first term, which included audits due to accusations of questionable spending and a criminal trespass charge. And later this hour, we'll have your results from Atlanta's races on the ballot for City Council and the Board of Education.
For now, though, you'll find the complete results scrolling at the bottom of your screen.